In less than an hour, we're expecting to hear from the ACLU after an FBI raid on an alleged illegal gambling operation in Wilder. Now, the FBI was scheduled to hold a news conference at 1 o'clock, but they actually canceled that about 20 minutes ago. Our own Abby Wilt is live there in King County with the latest. Abby, what is going on?
Justin, that's right. So we had come here expecting that FBI news conference, like you said, right at 1. Now, Canyon County Public Information Officer just came out about 20 minutes ago. He said that FBI press conference has been canceled. He says that is due to the criminal complaint already being out. He says that everything that they would have addressed in that press conference is already out in the criminal complaint. Now, we have had the criminal complaint. We have been pulling facts from it all morning, all evening yesterday, trying to figure out exactly why this FBI operation took place. So I'll show you a little bit about what exactly we do know as of now. We know that there were nearly 200 federal, state, and local law enforcement officers that they carried out a federal search warrant at La Catedral Horse Arena yesterday. Yet yesterday's raid is a result of an investigation that's been building for months. We're told that it started all the way back in February of 2025. Now, according to that federal criminal complaint, it started in February when agents got a tip about illegal gambling tied to horse races at the La Catedral Arena. A man named Ivan Tellez owns that facility. Court records show that Samuel Bejarno regularly posted about the gambling operation on Facebook, including a June 25th post showing a betting sheet that filled into names and large wagers. In late August, an undercover agent went to a horse race at the arena and said they witnessed betting couriers with backpacks full of cash. According to the complaint, financial records show thousands of dollars in bets processed through apps like Venmo, Zelle, and Cash App. Let's fast forward now to September. A judge signed a warrant and investigators allegedly uncovered messages where Bejarno openly accepted bets on future races. Now it takes us to last week. That's week when federal prosecutors filed charges. And yesterday at 1:15, Tellez, the alleged ringleader, was arrested. Again, Tellez is the owner of the La Catedral Horse Arena. The raid coincided with a public horse race where many people and families in attendance. And Tellez, alongside 3 others, were taken into custody for their alleged roles in the gambling. We'll show you some video now from viewers. More than 50 people were detained in the midst of that search warrant yesterday. People were getting zip-tied by masked officers from several different agencies. And about an hour into the raid, everyone besides those who were detained got sent out of the arena.
Got picked up. Who are detained in there? Again, they're minors. They're little boys. They're just here to ride their horses, doing what they do, what's for fun.
Detainees then went through processing on site where they showed if they had documentation. This woman you're going to hear from was detained alongside her cousin, uncle, and her younger siblings.
You put your belongings into a clear pouch, like your phone, money, everything. No, there were zip ties. You were fully zip tied until your wrist couldn't move anymore.
That was Suhei Teo. She was released after she showed documentation. And according to the ACLU, people who showed documentation were released and people without documentation were sent to Boise or Mountain Home for further processing.
Honestly, I'm just waiting to see if they're truly going to let the people that have proper documentation go and who they're going to detain or not, because my mom is all 100% legal. She has no reason to be detained. She's not a criminal.
Again, as of this morning, all we know is that those detainees that have not yet been released are still in Boise or Mountain Home. So to be clear, this was an FBI operation following a search warrant into Tellez. There was a confidential meeting last night at Wilder High School. There's still a lot of questions that need to be addressed as to why exactly this raid happened and who those detainees are that are still not released. Spectators say that they don't know whether those detainees were spectators or if they were involved in the gambling. So again, lots of questions still that we were expecting to be able to ask at that FBI press conference, but still lots of questions up in the air. Justin, we'll keep you posted.
All righty, Abby, thank you for all that. The ACLU says any families directly impacted can call them at 208-344-9750, extension 5. You can leave a message for them there. They have a service in both English and Spanish. Again, there's going to be a news conference from the ACLU today at 1 p.m. after the FBI and sheriff canceled their news conference. Gabriela Lopez we hear there may be protesters starting to line up outside. She joins us live now. Gabby, what are you seeing there?
That's right, Justin. I'm right outside the Canyon County Administration building, where we already see a few people making their way to the front of the building with signs making their voices be heard. The protest was organized by Poder of Idaho, a local advocacy group. Their message is ICE out of Idaho. Many of the people out here today represent families and advocates responding to the recent federal activity in Wilder, where multiple agencies, including Homeland Security and ICE, were seen at the Cathedral racetrack yesterday. They're demanding answers from Canyon County authorities, and we're hoping to get answers this afternoon. But just like you mentioned, that FBI press conference has been canceled. According to some people, it was because they knew the protest was happening, but that's not been confirmed. But this protest is just starting, so it will start at 12:30, and we're hoping to hear from ACLU at around 1 p.m. today to know what families should do if they are concerned about their loved one who may be detained.
All right, Gabby, thank you for that.